welcome or welcome back to today's video. I hope you're doing really well, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a weekend reset. So as always, grab your cleaning kit or just get comfortable and let's get straight into it. So for today's clean, we're starting in the bathroom, and I made myself a mix of soda crystals and water to clean the majority of the bathroom with. I was careful though as to not directly spray it onto the chrome where possible, and we'll use another homemade cleaning mix of white vinegar and washing up liquid for that once the soda crystal mix has been rinsed off. I decided to start with the bathroom as this is the one I least like doing the most, and figured that getting it done would make everything else throughout the weekend feel better and more achievable. And also it is a very nice feeling when you walk into a bathroom about to have a shower and it is gleaming clean. I also used the soda crystal mix on the outside of my toilet and the shower. The shower drain cover is something that gets cleaned so regularly, yet the build-up returns just as quickly as I seem to clean it. Today I used the edge of this Scrub Daddy sponge to clean the corners. I ran it under the cold tap first so that the blue side went a little bit harder, just so that it scrubbed away the grime that little bit easier. I've used a toothbrush in the past for cleaning such things like this, but I'd love to know, is there anything that you guys recommend or that you would like to see me try in terms of a cleaning product for cleaning such things as this? I also intend on making sure that I clean this bathroom bin a lot more regularly than what I have been in the past. To clean the mirrors, I was using one of my favourite combos, which is the Pink Stuff window and glass cleaner, along with, you guessed it, the yellow cloth from Spontex. Now, cleaning this shelf in the bathroom cabinet has been needed for a very long time, as I'm sure you can all see. However, it's just one of those jobs that is quite inconvenient, it doesn't really get done, but it always feels so good once these types of jobs are done. And today I bit the bullet. I tackled the shelf. And once that satisfying job was complete, it was time for the last stretch, which was making sure the floor had a good clean. Then it was time to get onto popping a wash load on in the utility room. I felt a little bit overwhelmed with this room and didn't really know where to start, so I went back to a simple basic for me and I worked from one end of the room to the other. For the wash load, I used the Ecova detergent in honeysuckle and jasmine along with the fairy fabric softener. And one thing that brings me much more satisfaction than what is probably normal is that when I wash my back door mats, or any mats in particular that can go into the washing machine, I really like to use a lot of scent boosters. It just really makes them smell fresh, but then has that impact of when you walk into that room or through that door, The smell hits and it is lovely. If you can do it, I would highly recommend. I'd also just like to say thank you to those of you who commented about the microwave. It is now on my to-do list to find down and hunt for a new one, because I don't want to be causing any issues in the house or affecting us with what we're eating. I decided to use the white vinegar with lemon from Astonish in this room because it really helps to cut through grease, and that is definitely needed when it came to wiping down the garage door. Tom likes to do lots of work in there, and inevitably lots of fingerprints get on that door. And you know what? When white vinegar has lemon in, the smell really isn't that offensive. Let me know, are you somebody who doesn't mind the smell of white vinegar, or does it absolutely repulse you? I also needed to get organised in here because I bulk bought toilet roll and Rubicon. You know, tell me you like a deal without telling me you like a deal. However, I have nowhere to store them, so I needed to make a little bit of room, move things around, generally get organised, and I even had a little declutter whilst I was at it. And I personally think my cupboards now look really good, especially the way I've organised that Rubicon. I almost don't want to go for a drink because I don't want to disturb how it looks, which is completely silly, I know. Let me know, do you like to organise anything in your cupboards, or do you stack cans a certain way or anything like that so that when you open the doors it just looks inviting? Okay, so it's the next day now, and of course that meant starting in the good old bedroom. Of course, stripping the bed, getting it in the wash, and getting some nice new fresh sheets on. And today that meant putting the sheets on a way that I used to do it years ago, which was having the sheets the correct way round, getting the edge of the quilt and just taking it right to the very far end of the sheet. Excuse my explanation. I hope the explanation along with the video is kind of helping to show how I did it. And one of you lovely lot has made a suggestion on how to go about putting fresh bedding on. So I am very excited to give that a try, and I'm also very hopeful that it's going to work, which means it's going to help save lots of time for us and make our lives a little bit easier. So I will be trying it out in an upcoming video really soon. Make sure you stick around so that you don't miss it. I know I've mentioned this tool before in some of my previous videos, but I just want to mention it very quickly. Again, if you have shutters or blinds, this tool from B&M is absolutely amazing. It cleans the dust off them so well, but is also so soft and causes no damage whatsoever. It's definitely worth it. After giving the room a bit of a quick dust, I moved my attention to the pile of clothing that I could no longer ignore. I'm using Mr. Sheen today because he was in the back of my cupboard, he hasn't been used for some time, and rather than be wasteful and bin it just because I no longer use it anymore, I would much rather use up the product and then bin. So it's not quite my regular damp dusting, but he did just as well today. Does anybody else just leave a pile of clothes hanging there in the corner of the room, or maybe on a chair, or any space that you can find just to sling it on? Yeah, me too. At least we're in it together. And then once that was tidy, it was time to start something I had been putting off for quite some time. Whilst doing this reset over the weekend, I decided to touch up the panelling, and so I had some of the Dulux Egyptian cotton, which is the beige colour we have on our bedroom wall, left over. So I decided to pop some of that over the marks and finally just get it done. Such a small task, but one that I'd been putting off for so long, and so it felt really good to get this done. This is your reminder, if there's something small that's going to take less than 5 minutes, because it literally took me less than 5 minutes to touch those pieces up, make sure you get it done the day you're watching this. You'll feel so much better for it once it's done. Next up, we're in the kitchen, and whilst I was doing a little bit of food prep for the week ahead, I also decided to tidy at the same time, trying to kill two birds with one stone, and honestly, sometimes it works and sometimes it totally backfires. So whilst I was tidying, one thing that I was doing was emptying the dishwasher, which leads me to ask you guys a question. Does your dishwasher dry your dishes fully? Because mine doesn't. It has the cycle where it'll pop open slightly at the end and we leave it to air and do its thing, but the dishes will still come out pretty wet, and a lot of the time they need drying off. So I just wondered if anybody had any tips or tricks that I can try and then share back with you all. When it came to cleaning the hob, I was using some Cif, a Scrub Daddy and the sponge cloth. Absolutely 10 out of 10. These products, well, the products and the tools are fantastic. I cannot be convinced otherwise. They bring the hob up fantastically, if that's even a word, every single time. And I'm sure you've all come across them plenty of times yourselves. One thing that was different this time, however, was trying those black bristled brushes onto the cleaning around the knobs, so between the glass and the plastic. I've had these in my cupboard for quite a while and I've used them on other things, but never that. And I decided to give it a go, and it was an absolute game changer. I wouldn't say you necessarily need the black bristled it's like a tongue twister this. Black bristled brushes. I feel that an old toothbrush or anything like that you have to hand would perfectly do the job, or even toothpicks. But in this instance, I gave those a whirl and they were great. It was a very similar situation for the sink, using the same products that I did for the hob, apart from I didn't use the black bristled brush. Yes, I managed to say that first time in one go without messing up how I just did. And honestly, a clean, shiny, non-smelling sink does wonders to my soul. I try to clean it as often as I can, and I recently found this bicarbonate of soda in B&M. I can't remember how much it was, which I know isn't all that helpful, so I'm very sorry, but it definitely was underneath £2, and for the amount you get, I think that is absolutely a great deal. For reference, the elbow grease that you may have seen me use in some of my other videos, that tub is definitely over £2. I want to say £2.25. I get that with my food shop with Asda. I'm not 100% sure on that price, so don't hold me to it, but it is definitely more than the one that you can get in B&M. And considering they all do the same thing, we've got to watch our pennies where we can. So whilst we were having a weekend full of getting things done that we've been putting off, this was yet another one of those things, and this cupboard was so long overdue a clean and a very small declutter. So you can bet your bottom dollar that's exactly what it got. I adapted this cupboard slightly when I DIY'd our kitchen. I don't know if this is something that I've ever really spoken of, but I changed our kitchen up. This is not how it was when we bought the house, and it wasn't a full rip out and a refurb of a new kitchen either. That's something that I would love to do one day, but not what we have done so far. And at the time of working on the kitchen, I wanted to utilise the cabinet space much better than what we had at the time, and one of the ways in which of doing this was to add in these 2 pull-out drawers, and honestly they've helped masses with storage. But if I'm also going to be truthful, I can easily forget to clean them. At least it's getting done now, and that's all that matters. And now we're on to the final room for this reset, so bear with me guys, and if you've made it this far, thank you, and drop a love heart in the comments so I know you've made it here. This room really didn't need all that much, so it had a dust of the blinds, the fireplace also had a dust, and just a general refresh and reset, ready for a brand new week. Is this a me thing, or can anybody else relate to this? Because surfaces always seem to be filled so quickly, and this is definitely a me problem in this household, and I'm very aware of that. But you know, asking for a friend, does anybody else just put things down and not put them back where they take them from? I really need to get into a better habit of that. Once it's in my hand, I just put it away, but so far I haven't got there. And one thing that definitely got tackled, although it was late in the day, was the rug came up and was put into the wash. I only use detergent on this, I use nothing else, and it goes on a cool wash, and so far it has come out fantastic every time. The only different thing that I did this time was I had to dry it indoors because it was too late to put it out on the line, but it still dried absolutely perfectly, all marks were out, and no issues. It's also still really soft, which it just feels lovely to walk on. Oh, and in case you're wondering what the heck is going on here, let me explain. The mats that sit beneath the rug needed a little bit of a clean, so me and my great ideas thought, I'll just mop it. It turns out that was a workout in itself. I couldn't easily get the mop to move on the mat, so I thought that squirting it onto the mat first before pushing along with the mop would work, and I can confirm it did not. It was still a hard workout, nigh on impossible to move, but I got there in the end and I got those mat cleaned. And once that was mopped, I moved on to doing the last bit of food prep, which were my breakfasts, before calling it a day and flopping on the sofa. If you've made it this far, as always, thank you so much, so much. Take care, and I shall see you in the next one.